Good morning, good morning. I'm out here in my garden. I want y'all to look at this. Look at this. See what I got going on. It's only been about 2 weeks since I started my little garden. Which that's a grapefruit tree. That's a grapefruit tree. Um, I think this is like watermelon and cantaloupe is coming along. Right here, I got some garlic. I just took cloves of garlic and put them in the pot, and they grew. Okay, and then over there, that's a orange tree, and this is a lemon tree. Now I planted some collard greens, some lettuce. Like that's a watermelon. But anyway, I'm out here this morning. Yesterday we went to the Women's Expo and got to sit in on Vivica Fox. She had a lot of inspirational wisdom and insight to offer. I think she said she's 61, so she looked good for 61. And it's so funny because, again, she talked about, she want to meet a husband one day. And I was just thinking when I was a young lady, which I'm 55 now, I got married and had kids. And some women, they just chose careers. And sometimes you have to choose your career or you have to choose marriage and kids. And in her case, she chose her career, lengthy career, beautiful career. Yeah, she's in a lot of movies. She named all of them. And young ladies, if you meet a husband and you get married, even though in your mind you're going to think that down the road you got time, sometimes you don't have time. So we all got married young, which now that I know better, I could have stayed married. But back then the big thing was I can, I can do it on my own. But sometimes you have to learn how to love on yourself enough that when you do get a husband, everything is not him. Like for Carly B, everything is offset. I just got to get away from Offset. If I could just get away from my husband, she's away from her husband. Now she's back out there, and a lot of times as women, we think we're gonna get rid of our husbands, and another one is just gonna pop up. But that ain't how it works. That's not how it works. Because Vivica Fox was married. She was married to a guy. His name um is 6ix9ine. I don't know. After he divorced her, he just dropped out of the limelight. But his name was 6ix9ine. And young ladies, you think that you're gonna get a career and husband next. But sometimes you have to be like, have your husband, still follow your dreams and follow your career and figure out a way how. The secret is figure out how to balance it. Balance. Like this tree, see how it's balancing its leaves, even though the leaves look like they leaning over it, they still holding on to the foundation. And that's how sometimes we have to be. We, as women, we still have to hold on to ourselves, hold on to our husbands, hold on to our kids, hold on to our careers if we choose to have a career. Because sometimes our husbands can afford to take care of us. We might not live extravagantly as we want, but that's going to come. That's going to come. As your kids get older, you can do more. You can do more. As your kids get older, you can do more. As your kids get older, you can do more. You can follow all your dreams and all that. Because being a mom, being a wife is just for a season. You still have to, like Sister Vivica Fox said, love on yourself. Yeah, you gotta love on yourself. You gotta love on yourself. Whether you're single, whether you're married, you gotta love on yourself. Because being a married, being a mom, well, being a wife, being a mom is just for a season. Even being a daughter is just for a season. It's just for a season. I keep saying it over and over. And lo and behold, yesterday, that's what Vivica Fox was talking about yesterday. Loving on yourself. So us ladies, we gotta love on ourselves. Now, not to say if you have a husband, leaving your husband is going to make you happy. I repeat, leaving your husband is not going to necessarily make you happy. Because like I said, Vivica Fox had a husband, and she's still talking about her getting one. But what us women didn't know back then, you thought that getting rid of your husband, it was going to be another husband out there waiting. But I'm here to tell you, it's not that easy. Now, Vivica Fox, she kept mentioning Morris Chestnut. Now, Morris Chestnut's wife took the role of being the wife. She took the role of being his wife, raising the kids. So it's two separate roles. The career woman role and the mom, wife, raising kids role. It's two separate roles. Now, like I said, I did it. I had the kids, I had a husband and a career, but I couldn't figure out how to balance it, which would have been possible, but it seemed easier at the time just to leave my husband, and that's what I did, not knowing it wasn't going to be as easy to find another one. Same thing with Carly B leaving her husband. This guy, Stefan guy, he got 3, 4 other baby mamas going right now. So he might be a good person to have sex with, but he might not necessarily be husband. And I'm gonna talk to the young men too, because yes, y'all young men, y'all gotta learn to pick wisely who you choose to carry your seed. Who you choose to carry your seed. You're going to have to pick wisely who you choose to carry your seed. The ball's in your corner. You can't just... The young men, even though sex and the women are pretty, you got to choose who you pick to carry your seed. Because sometimes these women, us women, we don't mentally have it all together. So when you're dating and meeting people, young men, that's when you figure out if she'll be a good mom for your kids. Just don't be what they used to say, don't be slinging it everywhere. I'm out here. I grabbed me some peppermint out of my garden. I grabbed some peppermint, and I'm going to make me a watermelon smoothie. But I'm about to run to the grocery store real quick and pick up some odds and ends and then get back here. But I just want to take the time. Today's Monday, September the 29th. I'm going to make a video every morning for 30 days. So that's where we're at today. Making a YouTube video for life lessons with Miss Camille. And like I said, yes, there go my garden. So look, y'all don't join on my garden, because in 6 months, y'all gonna come back and it's gonna be watermelon, cantaloupe, garlic, collard greens, arugula. I'm gonna have a whole garden full of goodies. And as I build it, I'm gonna go closer and closer, go closer to the little path here. But it's real quiet. Yeah, I live out here in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's not nowhere. I'm 90 minutes from Mexico, and I'm 90 minutes from Phoenix. So I'm in between out here in the boondocks. But they said if you put garlic in your garden, it'll keep the like bugs and rabbits and all that. And it so far is working. So I planted a lot of onion. I planted this leeks with funnel. It stinks. And they said the animals don't like all them different smells, so they're not gonna like them leeks for sure. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, Vivica Fox was really nice. She looked beautiful, and she was very pleasant. And it's so funny because the media, uh, in my opinion, portrays her as this angry black woman. And she didn't seem that way at all. She seemed like she was very family oriented. She speak highly of her mom. She says she goes home for Thanksgiving every year, or at least has Thanksgiving with her family every year. So, you know, that says a lot. All right, well, I did my 11 minutes. I'm getting on here. So, women, think twice before you. And it's so funny because we all have a love in high school, but but that idea in your mind, focus on my career, focus on my career, focus on. Yeah, that's okay, but sometimes the years go by faster than you think. All right, have a good day.